the raw and uncut. So it is just pouring rain. And this morning, I pulled off my street. That looked nice and shiny? It should. I pulled off my street, went to go get on the highway. Boom. Hit a bump. And that leaf spring right here snapped. What a freaking day. So I woke up 10 minutes late, hustled out the house, got out of the house at normal time. The bedroom's warmer these days, and we turned the fan on a higher setting so it made a higher noise and drowned out my alarm. So either way, I got out of the house at the normal time. It's just a little bit of a rushed morning. Either way, I got in the truck as usual, pulled out down the road, cruising down the main road, just turned off my road here, and I hit a bump. Boom. Made a sound. What was that? I don't know. Things make sounds. Boom, hit another bump. Ooh, that didn't sound good. So I pull over, I look, and lo and behold, the leaf spring snapped on the trailer. Wonderful. So I nursed it home. I screwed around in the I screwed around in the driveway for an hour and a half, trying to get this freaking leaf spring off. The nuts are all seized up. Everything's rusty. You know, I doubt it's ever been taken off. I bought it used, 2017 trailer. So those leaf springs are probably new. And while I've undercoated it, there was still previously existing rust on there. So I'm thinking, all right, what the heck do I do here, dude? Like, we're going camping on Friday. My mow route's Monday through Thursday. If I'm backed up a day, we're not going camping. So I'm thinking, what can I do here? I can't screw around with this all day, because it would take me all day. I could go get a torch and a breaker bar and figure it out, but it'd probably be a couple back and forths to the store, trying to find a leaf spring. I've never done this before. It's going to take me 10 times longer than somebody who knows what they're doing and has the proper tools for it. So I go inside. It's like 9:30 at this point in time. I sit on the toilet. I'm like, all right, dude, what are we going to do? I bet you there's a mobile trailer repair guy for sure. So I go on Google, mobile trailer repair. Third or fourth guy I stumbled upon, third or fourth guy I called, seemed like a solid dude. Guy's name is Mark. Shout out Mark. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. I called this guy. He says, normally he doesn't do jobs this small. He just wanted to help out. I'm like, no way. Like, right on. And he said he's got a job here, a job there, and he can be over to me in about 90 minutes. He said, I don't have to be here. I said, okay, the trailer's jacked up in the driveway, got some cinder blocks underneath for support. Do you use my jack, whatever, dude, like, just take this leaf spring off. I said, if you can replace it, cool. But he said, him chasing parts would end up costing me way more than what it would be for him to just take it off with the tools that he has, and then for me to go buy the leaf spring and just slap a couple bolts on. So he got it off, and what I did is I loaded up the push mower, the trimmer, the blower, a couple other things, string trimmer, or trimmer line, and gas, and the bagger for the push mower, and whatever. Well, just those little things. I threw them in the back of the pickup truck and threw it back to the first year setup, simply out of the back of the pickup with I used the aluminum ramp sitting over here, and I didn't end up getting out of the house until 10 o'clock, and from 10 o'clock until 1:30-ish, I got 7 properties done with a push mower. I was actually impressed with the amount of yards that I got done before it really started raining. There was some isolated thunderstorms, like crazy torrential downpours that started around 1:30. So when I pulled up to the last one, like that's when the skies opened up. I was like, oh, there's no way. There's thunder, there's lightning, and I got as much done as I can. It's actually good timing, because it leaves me with a couple hours to come home, drop all that stuff off, and go get a leaf spring. So that's what I did. Came home, dropped everything off, kind of piled everything in the garage, and went to Princess Auto. What do you guys got in the States? Tractor Supply or something, I don't know. But it's like an auto parts, agricultural store. They kind of got everything there. So I went and got a leaf spring from Princess Auto, came home, and then screwed around for longer than it should take. That's just kind of how it goes with me. But I did end up getting it on. Towards the end, it started raining again, and I got absolutely soaked. I'll probably throw a couple clips up in between while I'm talking here to kind of show you what went down. But yeah, dude, it was a day. It was an absolute day. So I got 4 or 5 left from today that I'll be getting done tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to try to get as much as Thursday done as possible. If I got to do a 12-hour day, work till 8 o'clock, I'll do it. And then I'll probably have to do a half day on Friday. Luckily, check-in's not till 2 and we're not going very far. So we should be able to make it. Cross our fingers. I did a little test run with the trailer. Everything seems to be good. It was squeaking like a son of a bitch. And now that I got that on, it's not squeaking so much. And I actually bought a second leaf spring for the right side that I'm gonna get to, not this weekend camping, but the following weekend or something when I have some time. I figure for changing one, might as well change the other. And I'm gonna get some PB Blaster and put it on there the night before and really let it soak in. So hopefully those nuts and bolts come off a little bit better. But that was, yeah, dude, that was the day. And I'm gonna give you guys a little update on the guy who ghosted me, the non-paying customer. So I was, when was this? A couple days ago. I thought, you know what, let me try calling this guy. Hold on, if you haven't seen that video, I'll put it in the description below, but basically this guy who I had as a mowing customer, his card didn't go through, it got declined. I carried on with mowing services as I don't know, just out of good faith, because he seemed like an all right guy with some health problems, and I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I mouth's dry. So either way, ever just do something you've never done before and think, I could do anything? I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna try calling this guy one more time. Like, who knows, maybe he died, I don't know. So I called him and it went directly to voicemail, no ringing this time. I thought, man, something's up. Maybe he actually did die. So I Google his name. This guy is a convicted fraudster. In 2010, there was an article that got put out in the Hamilton Spectator, which is my city's newspaper, saying that he was convicted of scamming people out tens of thousands of dollars. And then I don't know if it was 2010 or 2012, but another article was put out in the Toronto Star of him, same thing, scamming people tens of thousands of dollars. So this guy, he ended up doing 6 months in jail for that. And what he would do is it was a geothermal company, and I'm not sure exactly, it's like green energy, green buildings, but what he would do, to my knowledge, is, to my understanding of it all, is he would sell people on this geothermal thing, get a deposit within the contract, kind of state like the deposit's non-refundable or something, and I guess there's drilling involved for geothermal. So he would get the contract signed, get the deposit down, and then the people would be like, hey, when's the work starting? He's like, oh, the drillers are on strike, or the drillers are booked out for 8 weeks, or he would just give them kind of like a story to kind of shoo them away. And then it would get to some point where it's like, hey, look, I want my deposit back. Like, obviously things aren't getting done. And he's like, oh yeah, it's a non-refundable deposit. And then beat them around the bush and essentially screw them over tens of thousands of dollars, just families or whoever, and just screw these people. And he would do it over and over and over until obviously the company got a bad name and whatever, and this geothermal company shut down, I don't know, shortly after or something, but they started a second company under his son's name doing the same thing, scamming people. So this guy's a convicted serial fraudster who did 6 months, which probably should have been more if he's screwing families and like bankrupting families and things like that. But man, it makes me think, like, does this guy get a kick out of things like does he get a kick out of it? Does it get him off? Maybe he came up with this eye patch tumor thing and thought, I'm gonna fuck a lawn guy, or like, what are the coincidences of this guy being a convicted fraudster and screwing me over? Weird, man. Weird. So what I'm gonna do from now on is Google people's names before I sign them on as a new customer. Maybe that's something you should do too, so at least you kind of know like who you're working for, because you don't know. You just get a name and an address and an email and whatnot. You don't have any backstory. People have profiles. Everyone's got a profile. Their Instagram might be like you're private on Instagram, and you might be private on Facebook, but like every professional has a LinkedIn profile. So what I'm gonna do now, and you should probably consider it too if you're in this industry or customer relations or home service or whatever, Google your customers, Google your leads before you take them on. Like it wasn't a business related situation, but I remember, was it a trailer? I think it was a trailer. I found a trailer on Marketplace or Kijiji, Craigslist for Canadians, but I remember it being a deal and me being a bonehead, never do this. I sent him several $100s for a deposit, because that's what happens. Like, people post these deals and so many people jump on them. So this guy said I was the first guy that reached out, and like he's got 20 other people that messaged him, and he'll take a deposit and hold it for me. I'm like, okay, yeah, here I'll send you this much money to hold it. I'll be there tonight. And he gave me his phone number. We spoke on the phone, and then we drove there. We drove to, I don't know, it was Brampton or Scarborough or Vaughan, somewhere over Toronto area. And it took like an hour and a half. I can't quite remember. It was like my first year. But either way, we go to the address, and it's like a ratchety old townhouse complex. The address he gave me, there's like a Dodge Caravan in the driveway and no trailer. And then I go to call him, and this freaking guy doesn't pick up. Call him again, doesn't pick up. Text him, nothing. And then I call from Cass's phone. Hello? And she inquired about the trailer. Hey, is the trailer still available? Oh yeah, lots of people. Just send me a deposit. I'll hold it for you. So he's doing this to how many people? And then when I Googled his name, or his phone number or something, but I ended up finding an article saying that he's got warrants in PEI and freaking New Brunswick or something. And just do a quick Google search on people. It takes 2 seconds and can save you so much headache and money in the long term. So I'm not worried about losing the whatever it was, $420 that this guy owes me. A hard lesson learned. Hopefully you learned something from it too, but people can be shitty, man. So I'm over it. It is what it is. Hope you like this style. I bought this lawn chair just so that I can do these talks. I'm gonna do some tailgate talks and pop it up in the park on lunch and just talk about certain topics and let me know if you like it down below. But I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. It's I don't know, going up on 8 o'clock now. I'm gonna edit this, schedule it for tomorrow, and wish me luck tomorrow, because it's gonna be a long day. But appreciate you. Let me know in the comments below, what is the most let me know in the comments below what the most like surprising, out of the blue equipment failure. Okay, here we go. Let me know in the comments below what your most like crazy pain in the butt equipment breakdown has been, and how'd you deal with it. Because in this industry, in this business, you have to be able to think on your feet. Going back to the leaf spring that I was talking about, like I could have sat around and said, oh, I can't, my trailer is broken, I can't do this, I gotta push everything back, I'm gonna sit around all day and wait for this guy to come fix it and write off the whole day. Me, no, dude. Like I could have went and got the dump trailer, and I thought about that. I could have went and got the dump trailer and took the grandstand with me. The only problem with that is that the ramps on the dump trailer are kind of finicky. I mean, they're a little shaky. They're heavy. They're like almost 100 pounds each, and it would just be a pain in the ass. If I had to do it, I would. But I figure, you know what? For the amount of time it would take to go get the dump trailer, load everything up, figure out how to strap down the grandstand, like, I was probably better off doing what I did. Sure, it took a little bit longer to do some yards, but I don't think it took longer than it would have took to go get the dump trailer and figure all that out. Do you know what I mean? So I did what I did, and I think it was the right call. You got to think on your feet. You got to adapt to the situations. You can't operate on your emotions. You got to react appropriately. Because at the end of the day, you know, everything, I don't know. It's a long day. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.